A quick disclaimer that the review you are about to see is on the PC version. Right then, after annoying quite a large chunk of you all with one of my previous videos, so I decided to get myself Game Pass and give the rebooted Forza Motorsport a try. So here is my review. Hope I don't make you cry. For starters, the 118GB download size I thought was a bit on the chunky side, but I mean by regular games this is normal these days. But once I pre-installed it before launch, I had to install it again essentially, which I started at around 1:30 PM and by 7:30 PM it was good to go. From here on, my time with the new Forza Motorsport game was rocky, but things can only go up from here, right? Now with all due respect, this game is probably out of my laptop's RTX 2060's depth, so the performance related issues I will be taking with a slight pinch of salt. And the issues I began to have were nowhere near as bad as what the other players were having. That being said, it took a very long time to launch, even crashing upon its first attempt to load the career mode. Even worse, it claimed I wasn't connected to the internet despite a stable connection, but after the crash, the game ran fine. When I did get into the game, I encountered a range of technical issues, from loading textures and disappearing structures to disappearing roads during a tutorial with the Corvette E-Ray, which later unearthed itself as I further progressed through the career mode. The subtitles were oddly delayed, making for a frustrating gameplay experience for people who need to rely on them. On the topic of career mode, an internet connection is required to play at all times. Not really a critique, I just thought it was strange. While the loading screens were aesthetically appealing, they were excessively lengthy, interrupting the flow of the game, where I often just grabbed my phone as I waited. The frame rate was disappointingly choppy at times, affecting the overall gameplay immersion, but actually better than what I encountered during the beta of the Crew Motorfest. On the upside, the physics felt really good actually, as I soon realised I was bad at them. The handling felt realistic, although the cars sometimes felt excessively heavy, and somewhat boat-like. Back to gameplay, even in the lowest graphical settings, the game is still visually impressive, taking the terrain out of the equation, as it seemed to be a bit blurry. Moving on to a critical talking point of Forza, the upgrading system. For those unaware, rather than just allow players to buy performance upgrades with cash, they now have to earn car points and unlock the upgrades through leveling up the car. This means that you had to race, win and perform good racing etiquette and skills with the one car. Navigating through the upgrading system provided to be a confusing and time consuming and a rather grindy gaming experience, leaving the player needed to seriously think about what car they're going to use, as they won't have the funds nor the upgrades to compete from the get-go. The car models, although some have changed and been modernised, a lot are still the ancient ones, which is an area that should have been looked at. Although definitely blown out of proportion in the past few weeks, the 2011 onwards cars actually look okay, as they were all laser scanned rather than created using photographs. However, one painful and often consistent issue with the Forzas on PC, particularly during launch, is the game's poor optimization. This issue was glaring, affecting performance on a semi-capable PC. Unfortunately, I couldn't evaluate the multiplayer experience, fearing that my PC might not handle it. In summary, the new Forza Motorsport game, although not as bad as I expected it, I do think it missed the ball in several areas, and in attempts to innovate, ended up creating a more grindy, repetitive and slow experience, which hasn't sat well with the fans. That being said, I am not fully put off playing this game, as I do believe that it will improve over time. On the PC side, the game seriously needs substantial improvements in optimization and technical stability to offer a smoother and more enjoyable gameplay experience. In fairness, as my PC probably isn't fit to run this system, I can't really call this a large negative, although considering fans with thousands plus into their latest gaming equipment are struggling to run their game, the developers turn 10 definitely need to look into ways to make the game perform better to please the audience. That being said, the way they marketed the game with the now infamous "from the ground up" catchphrase has potentially damaged the game's reputation with older models, less content, and a new tedious progression. Forza's reputation may have been damaged from this game. Controversially, I think this is a good thing. The Forza franchise has been accused of releasing the same old, refreshed title with not a lot of changes, and to obviously stop making their fans bored, they spent almost 6 years in development to make changes that seem to be unlike now, That being mentioned, they may change over time and people may come round to them. But despite this, I think this may encourage the developers to look over the game's flaws and help them to move forward in the future. Overall, this game gets a 6 out of 10. Like, comment, subscribe, and let me know what you thought of the game down below. Thank you for watching.